Hi, everyone, and welcome to For the Love of the Map. I'm your host, Julia, aka Sweet Tea.
I'm your host, Marla, and together we are your nonstop connection to everything supernatural.
With 2.5 years of experience and over 8,000 combined workout sessions, we test it all so you can get right to the fun.
Hello.
Hi, Marla.
Hi, Julia. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. It is beautiful here today.
It's beautiful here, too. It's fall spring, though.
Same. It was like 30 degrees last night, and it will be in the 60s today. So, fair enough. You know what I want to talk about today?
I feel like you want to talk about burpees and the warm-ups.
Burpees in the warm-ups. No, I want nothing to do with burpees and warm-ups. Why are you saying that? Has that ever happened?
It actually, back in 2021, was a whole post about burpees and the warm-ups. It's a hilarious post. So
I missed it.
if you
I'm gonna have to go
read
search
about it, yeah, go search and pull up the post. It's got a ton of comments. Maybe
Could you
I can
imagine
find it. It was hilarious.
doing
Somebody wanted
burpees with the headset on?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I don't even want to do burpees outside of the headset. This is why a headset. I don't want to do that kind of exercise.
Exactly. I've seen a shirt that says burpees and it only has like a 1-star review and it says
do not recommend.
Do not recommend the burpees. So.
No. So I want to talk about why are we wearing hats today? What's the deal?
Well, it's a coincidence. How did we even? No, it's not.
I think I started the trend because I said I didn't want to do my hair.
Yeah.
Because if I did my hair, because I got in the headset super early this morning. Mm-hmm. It was 3:15 when I got in the headset. Yeah. And I had big goals. So I was going to be in the headset. Then we were going to record the podcast. And then I want to get back in the headset. Yeah. So I'm not doing my hair. No. And making it all video.
Listen, you can't fix headset hair.
You can't.
I mean, maybe some people can. Even dudes, you've seen the pictures of the dudes and they come out and they've got the headset stripe on their head. Yes. So, I mean, it happens to us all, but no, fixing headset hair, just put a hat. I have a lot of hats.
I love hats. I wear a hat daily. This hat here, this is from Doc's merch store. I've had it for a few years. I absolutely love it. I wear it basically on the daily because I just put a hat on to go to the store, to go out and about my life and not have to worry about my hair. So I wear them often. And you decided to wear a hat with me today.
I did. And I mean, I found hats and I never was a hat wearer until Supernatural. And I'm glad crazy. That I have my Supernatural hat. But yeah, when I found hats, it opened up a whole world for me.
Right?
Not having to do my hair. So
and it's great for protecting your face in the sun, or in my case, and in your case, because you wear glasses too. When it's raining out and you need to go to the store, it keeps the rain off of your glasses. I mean, there's a million reasons why hats are amazing. Many. Yes.
As long as you don't wear it backwards, That's, hey, you can do what you want. Do what you want.
Well, speaking of hats, and shirts, if you can see my shirt, see if... Yeah. I am working on a hat for the Love of the Map hat because I love hats. You love hats. I wear them daily. Mm-hmm. So I'm working on a hat design.
Gotta find a good embroidery.
Yes,
design.
I am stuck on an embroidery. Yeah. It has to be embroidered hat. And our logo does not lend to embroidery. So it will be a little bit different, but it will be cool. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, so we're working on merch. Everybody hold still.
Yes.
Maybe eventually we'll have merch.
Yes, maybe eventually. We're testing some things, checking quality. And it would help us a ton with our monthly expenses of keeping up the podcast,
That's very true.
We have to pay for services to do this and to keep it running and to keep it up. And it would be nice if we could have a way to pay for that outside of our day jobs.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
We're here, so
we are. For sure.
Our time. We love it though. Man.
But seriously, now that we've gone off on a tangent about hats and merch and
All the things.
burpees. I mean, I did
Burpees.
not expect to discuss burpees this morning. In fact, I can't even remember last time I did one. I think I did try to do 10 about like a year ago. And I was like, why am I doing this? This is dumb.
I think I was in a group, a supernatural group that had some like side challenges, and we would do some outside of the headset things, and
Hmm.
um it was like burpees, I think, one time, and I actually was able to do a lot of them. I hated
Yeah.
them, but I worked my way up to being able to do like so many, and then I quit. And
Yeah.
then now I probably couldn't do 10. So if you don't
Well,
use it, you lose it.
this is true. This is true in all things,
Yeah.
except for riding a bike because you don't lose that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that is very
Oh,
true. They say you lose your ability to skip. So everybody go outside today
and
and
skip
go skip so you don't
for
forget.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm
at
going to
least
do
once a
that.
week. Skip
I'm
once a
going to
week.
do that.
Yeah, you
That sounds
should.
like
It's
fun.
fun.
It
Yeah,
is
it's like
fun.
being
Let go.
a kid again.
Yeah. Um, but burpees is a functional sort of training because those movements are movements you would do in day-to-day life almost.
Hmm.
Um, anyway, yeah. I started thinking about functional movements because that's a lot of the training things that we do in the headset
Hmm.
or even out of the headset. I do yoga and stretching and things like that are for mobility and functional movements, like picking up tons of grocery bags, carrying them inside and
That's
picking
right.
toys up off the ground. I don't have little kids anymore to pick toys up off the ground, but laundry, dirty laundry. Why is there laundry just scattered throughout my house randomly? None of it is mine.
Burn
Okay.
it.
I should,
Burn
huh?
it.
Burn it to the ground. But like those are functional movements, things that you're
Yeah.
going to do every day. And sometimes being older, you could just
Even
throw
though
your
we're
whole back out.
25.
We are forever 25. You could just throw your whole back out
You
by like
can.
one wrong move. And
One
so
wrong,
you want to train for those functional movements. And I
or
could see
one wrong
burpees.
sleep.
Oh gosh, no joke. Yes, one wrong sleep. In fact, I woke up with a weird neck and like
Hmm.
ear pain this morning because I was like sleeping wonky on that part of my ear. Anyway,
That's all it
to be
takes.
25 forever is hard,
Uh,
okay?
yeah. I always said, well, when's it going to happen that I'm actually going to get old? And it's when you roll out of bed and you're like, oh, why do I hurt all over? What did I do last night? So, yeah, it
I think it
happens. It
just
creeps up.
happens. Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely creeps up like it happens
Yeah.
one day. In one day. You're like,
Yeah, it
"Whoa,
does. Yeah.
how
And
am
I
I
mean,
old
we're
now?"
very close to the same age and by months. And I think it kind of hit us both around about the same time.
It did. It really
Yeah.
did. I
We were
was
like, oh,
not
we're fine.
old
And then it's
like
like,
6
wait,
months ago.
I know. Well, I guess we got to get in our joint supplements, right?
Yes, and our magnesium. I was reminded last night I had to take my magnesium.
Yeah.
Um,
And this conversation is for our sponsor. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, we need joint supplement and magnesium sponsorship, please.
Yeah, we
You can
probably
contact
should.
us at forthelovethemap@gmail.com.
That's right. Just send us a message. We'll get back with
Yeah.
you soon
Uh,
if we remember.
well, the reason I had to remember to take my magnesium last night is because I was sore.
Yeah.
I was
And
sore.
why? What did you do?
I
Listen,
think
you said you were going to do this, and I didn't even know why. I did realize. It took me a minute to realize why. I did realize. But I was like, I'm going to do this too. Like with no prompting or no I'm like, I'm going to do this too. I did I'm not going to say I failed because I had a big
you
day
didn't.
yesterday.
You had a
But
huge day.
you go right on ahead and tell them what you did.
So, okay, first of all, I had to back up a little bit. My friend Julie and I made a deal a while ago that we were going to hit our 3 million milestone together at the same time. At that point, I was way ahead of her. And so she had to catch me. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fine. Julie can catch me. It's not a problem. I just need to stay at pace. I'll be good. But let's not let her get ahead of me because if she gets ahead of me, ugh, then I got to catch up. Well, I'm in the point where I have to catch up now. Okay. I got so far behind her. I'm like, well, currently I am 47,000 behind her. Okay. Well, she's probably done the WODs today. So she's probably a little bit far ahead of me now. Anyway, and this week she's sort of busy. So she's not doing her typical 25 to 30K a week. So I have a little bit of room to catch up to her, to close the gap, so to speak. And I was a little bit 10,000 away from my next milestone, which was 2.7 million. So I
That's a
just
lot if you
decided
didn't know.
it is a lot. It is a lot of points.
Yes.
I just decided, well, I gotta do things now. I gotta act. No more excuses. And
Yeah.
so Sunday night, I just said, I'm gonna do 10K tomorrow. Let's go. We were supposed to record this episode yesterday.
Yes.
But no, I had more important things to do, like catching back up to Julie and doing 10K. Hence the hats. I
Yeah.
did shower, but I did not do my hair. And I got in the headset very early again this morning because I'm keeping the momentum.
Yeah.
I want to close the gap, and I'm having fun. And I found a challenge that's getting me to do hard things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've also found a way to work out and have workouts that have high points. So
Yes,
I'm
for sure.
trying to, I'm like, how do I maximize your time in the
Yes.
headset?
Yes.
So you have a graphic, and
Yeah.
I'll put it in. And it's so helpful because, for me, I go in, I'm like, what do I do? And then you're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing this one. And you're like, get out of that workout. That one is no points.
Well,
so you have workouts on a graphic that are fun and high
Yes.
points. So if you are
Yes.
looking for that type of thing, I will make sure that you have that.
I have a couple of those types of go-to workouts and on graphics. I have one graphic I share that Julia will share here. And then I have some kind of hidden workouts too that I don't have on a graphic.
Yeah.
I know there's the community Airtable, and lots of people use it. It's an amazing free resource, has all the workouts. They even have it broken down to the best workouts for points per minute.
Mm-hmm.
This is my issue with that one. It does not tell you anything about the choreography or about the workout itself. And so this is why I have made my own list, because for me, there are lots of other workouts in the library that I could maximize my time, get more points, but I would probably complain the whole time because I don't like the choreography in the sense that it's just boring for me. Up and down movements. If it's just consistently up, down, scissor hits, the setup's not right. Setup is a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
I need targets to lead me to the next target. I hyper focus on it, and I try not to.
Well,
but
because
I do.
I think it steals your joy sometimes.
It does.
If
It
you do
takes me out.
Yeah.
I'm thinking then.
Yeah.
Instead of just flowing and going with the workout, I'm thinking. And so, yes, I do have suggestions that I consider good choreography and also high points. And so, yeah, I've been doing a lot of those. And I also did, Euclid is in the third round of the bracket. Yes, we are still doing this. There are 16 workouts left. So I only care about 6 of the brackets. So I did those. I knocked those 6 out yesterday. And
it's a
then
good opportunity to do
it was. Exactly. And now the rest of the week I can focus on doing some research for future episodes of the podcast, doing some workouts there, and all my favorite workouts.
That's right.
I'm excited about it. I've got lots of fun workouts to do. There are so many in the catalog. So many workouts.
They're just mind-blowingly so many to keep up with. And we had talked about on a chat just the other day, like taking everything out of our list or our favorites. It's really called our list.
You will be so proud.
Did
So
you do
proud of
it?
me. I did. I did this morning. I went through, I took, okay, listen, y'all. I had like 50, over 50 something pages of bookmarked workouts in my favorites. Now, if I had folders where I could categorize them and separate them and do it, wouldn't be so chaotic in there because I had
Yeah.
workouts I had never done. Why did I have this saved? There were no notes. So I removed every single bookmark workout. It took me, I was drinking coffee. It took me about almost 20 minutes to go click, click, click,
That's
click, click,
it?
click, click, click. Yeah, it wasn't as
Well, it
bad as
probably
I thought
was
it was going to be.
annoying, but because
It
I
was
really
very
want to do
annoying.
it too. I
Yeah,
want to
it
do it
was
too. And
annoying.
only have my favorite ones in there.
Yes.
Like
So I went
truly.
back through.
Yeah.
A few I saved, I left on there because I was like, well, I'm just going to add them right back. But in the research I'm doing, I needed to save a bunch of other workouts.
Mm,
So it would have been nice to have a folder that I can be like, okay, research for this project. That's why they're
yeah.
there. They don't go with my favorites, it's
Right.
totally
Yeah.
different. But anyway, point is, um, my bookmarks are 4 pages currently, which is
Wow.
huge. 4
4 pages?
pages.
That's
It's huge. Yeah,
crazy.
it's
That's
really
crazy.
awesome. It's really
I bet
awesome.
that is. I bet it feels freeing to have
It
it
is freeing like
just
that.
4 pages.
Yeah,
Man.
because when I was getting to the very bottom of the list, I was like, what
Mhm.
is this? Why is this 2020 workout saved? I know I didn't like this workout. Why is it here? I'm not even going to go. I was overthinking at first. Like, I need to go play each one and make sure it's not a favorite. And then that
Yeah.
just got overwhelming. And I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
want to play these workouts. So let's just start all over again. So I started my bookmarks fresh. Yes.
Man, now I'll have to do mine. But
Yes.
yes, can we please have folders? We need to sign up for
Well,
everything.
another really great folder thing would be, so this is my idea when it comes to folders. You have just one, all of your favorites. Everything is in
Mhm.
there. It's no
Yeah.
organization. And then you can take from there and move them to different folders. They don't have to just live in one. They could live in
Right.
5 folders if it applied, right? And so I would have, my high points, favorite highs, my
Mhm.
high points, favorite mediums, favorite ones for dancing. Then I would have like a whole folder for leveling up.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
we get asked a lot, you know, um, how do you move from high to pros only or medium to highs? I know there's a level up program that Supernatural offers that's from low to medium. We
Yes.
we did it when it came out just to test
Yeah.
it, just to see what it was all about.
It's under collection. So it's not
Yes.
I'm not going to say it's hard to find, but if you're in the headset, you go on the collections tab, and
Right.
I believe that's where it is. I didn't
Yes.
check first, but I
I
think
always
that's where it
forget
is.
about that
I
tab.
know. I forgot. I don't look
Because
at
I
it
can't
either.
see it in the companion app. I do
Yeah.
so much of my searching in the app on the companion app. And the fact that I
Yeah.
have to go to the headset for certain things drives me crazy. It should be the same.
It should be the same.
Everything that you can do in the headset, you should be able to do on the companion app on your phone.
I agree.
Um, I don't
Wish
understand.
list. We're just making our
Maybe
wish
a lot of
list.
users don't actually use the companion app. I feel like all of our friends, all of our people in the community use the companion app like crazy.
Mm, mm-hmm.
With competitions, with saving
Oh,
workouts.
yeah.
Like I go in and like people I follow's workouts, leave them comments. It's the first place I started building relationships and connections.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do like the little feature in the headset where you can give people unicorns and fire hearts and like
Yeah.
their and what was my opinion of that when that first came out? I was mad.
Lame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was very upset with that new feature. I did not understand
Yeah.
it when in my opinion, I thought they should upgrade lots of other things in the companion app. I was like, I'm not taking my precious time while I'm in the headset to go like other people's activities. And then I
With
realized
a
I did have some
unicorn.
time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's like rating the workouts. If you look over to that other side and make that a habit to connect with people there while you're in and just see what
mhm,
everybody's done. I mean, I've gone on and off of making it a habit. When it first came out, I was like, okay, I don't have time to use that. And then for a while, I used it every time I got in. And right before I got out, I would, you know, click on people.
Yeah.
It was a good place to not have to pull my app up and do it. Well, I've gotten out of the habit of doing it again. So,
Do you know what kind of got me in the habit of doing it, or when I do it, is
what's
when
that?
we're in parties and
Okay.
I know
Yeah.
we're all doing the same workouts and we're
Yeah.
waiting. There's like that in between when we're about to start the next workout, but everyone's blah, 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 blah. And I haven't quite been like, okay, can we work out now, people? Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And so I'll go through
Keep
and
us on track.
I'll give people unicorns, or I like to give people
Mm-hmm.
stars and fire hearts. I know everyone else is obsessed with unicorns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm personally a star person and a fire heart person. So anyway, I'll go through
Yes.
and give kudos that way. But
Yeah.
yeah, I went off and off about the kudos when it first came out. But just like anything new, we're not going to like it.
Yes, we don't like anything new for a
Mm-mm.
minute.
Mm-hmm.
Takes us a minute
It
sometimes.
does. It sure does.
Yeah.
So back to
Yeah.
folders and leveling up.
Squirrel.
Yes, this is really what I wanted to talk about, not just hats this morning,
Right. Right.
was about leveling up. I know you and I started in different places in our fitness levels and our fitness journeys when we started Supernatural. And I know
We
there's
did.
so many people in the community. I see posts all the time. Like, I tried my first high workout and it killed me. I don't know how you guys are doing this. Or I did a pros only. How do you do this? And it got me
Yeah.
thinking, like, how do we help people
Yeah.
figure out when to start leveling up? What's the best way of going about it? So I kind of just wanted to open up a discussion with you here
Yeah.
and with our community about how they went. How did they go from medium to high? How did they go from
Right.
high to pros? What suggestions would you have to help others? And what do you think Supernatural could do to help other people
Mm.
progress in the intensity levels? I know for me, I remember when I went from low to medium, I did the same quick hit. I
Mm.
started once a week with the same quick hit. This is how I kind of measured my success or my improvement. And I sort of, I'm going to say the word cheated, but it wasn't cheating. It was smart.
Mm.
I went with a glutacious because glutacious and absolutious, if you haven't put these two things together, are usually not as target heavy for their
Mm.
intensity because they're triangle heavy. So you'll have a little less targets than a normal medium. Um, that's not a glutacious. So I went with a glutacious. I had to pause. It kicked my butt. I mean, it really kicked my butt. I
Mm.
had to
Mm-hmm.
pause during the song, during the second song. Like, I couldn't make it through the whole quick hit. And so I would do that once a week. Then I would start doing it twice a week. And that's how I sort of went up in all the intensity levels
Right.
besides pros only.
Okay.
I did not do that for pros only because I did not like pros onlys.
I was gonna say you didn't like pros only.
I didn't because I was doing pros onlys, the early pros only. I will say all the pros onlys that have come out since the OG, the original, Welcome to the Madhouse, are great. They're different. They're completely
Right.
different. Um, Completely different style of choreography
Mm-hmm.
compared to the earlier pros onlys. I didn't like the earlier pros onlys because they just felt target dense,
Mm-hmm.
which I'll come back to this because this is for another episode and another time. So I don't want to go into too much detail, but I have been testing out older pros and I have a different opinion of them now that I have progressed in my own fitness journey and I
Mm-hmm.
am used to doing pros only workouts. So anyway,
Right.
how would I suggest people to move from high intensity to the choreography and pros only now? And I'm not talking madhouses. I'm just talking pros only. Because
Mm-hmm.
to us and to most of the community, as it should be, madhouse is like a step above a pros only.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, we're only speaking about flow here and not boxing. I promise all
Right.
you boxing lovers, we will chat about boxing more often, but we are talking about flow right now.
Yeah.
So, how would you suggest people move from high intensity to prose only, Julia?
Well, I think there's two ways.
Hmm.
One way is a smart way, and one way is a crazy, I won't say not smart, but maybe a crazy way. Just do them.
Yes.
Now, if you just go in and just do them and your body isn't prepared and you haven't trained for them, you could injure yourself.
Hmm.
But if you go in and just do them and not care about your score and not care about if you miss a target or if you didn't get this certain pattern, you will eventually, if you do something over and over and over again, just get better at it. So if you go in and you base your first play on if you like it or not, I think that's really not a good way to go about that.
True.
But I think a better way, well, and I say this because that's how my journey started. I got in the headset and I played a low. Well, I did training. I played a low, then I played a medium, and then I'm like, well, all right, all that's left is a high. There wasn't a pros only when I first
Right.
started. And so I played the high with a lot of fear. I was like, what is about to happen to me? I was like, okay, I can do this. So I don't recommend just going in and being a high flow person. I really think it's good to mix it up and
Hmm.
keep your body guessing, but that's not what we're here to talk about. But I do think that starting with high, working your way up to a high, and then from there, you can find some high plus workouts. We kind of
That's
call them
true.
like training workouts
Yes, we
that
do.
you can, we can compile a list of them for you guys. But if you're curious, but um, doing those and working up to it. Some people just can't go get in a pros only. They feel
No.
overwhelmed by the
Yeah.
targets and the complexity and some of the old pros, target density in there is crazy on some of the songs. So yeah, it would definitely be a journey if you're not just going to
Yeah.
throw yourself in it and just keep doing it over and over again until you get it.
Right.
Um, if something new, a new pros comes out, that's kind of the way I do it. I just play it over and over until I
Same.
figure it out.
I mean, I'm the same way.
But
I think from high to pros is if you're already doing highs and you're confident in a high,
mhm.
just jump into pros and just start
Yeah,
practicing them. But I would suggest you go back to our episode on form, the
yeah,
when we talked about form, because I really truly believe the form that you use in a pros only should be a bit different than the form
mhm.
that you use in every other level to prevent injuries.
Yeah,
And I really believe you need to be a lot more relaxed and a
mhm.
lot more flowy. And you really
Yeah,
have to give up the idea of your power scores.
yeah.
Not saying it's
Perfection.
impossible to
Yeah,
get good power scores on them, but if you're just starting to go into pros, you got to train for it,
yeah.
and you got to figure that out. But please stay relaxed. I think that's
It's
so
all about
important.
mindset, and I think
Yeah.
I know when we go in together on pros only day, we're so excited. I think I get really tense and I get really like rigid and I just forget to relax. Well, I'm so excited
You are.
and I can't wait to see what's
Hmm.
about to come. And so I think just having a good mindset, being okay if you miss targets, being okay if you
Yes.
don't do perfect, and just go into it to have fun. That's what
Yeah.
Supernatural is about. The joyful, fun aspect of working out and it not being a chore.
Right.
So I think if you go into it, mindset is so important and the way you talk to yourself. I mean, I remember when the first Madhouse came out, if Mark wouldn't have gotten on there and made his message to everybody, just go in and have fun, do it to the best of your ability, and who cares what your score is? Nobody's going to come
Right.
knock on your door and be like, you missed all the targets, half the targets.
Right.
Have fun.
Yeah.
So I think going into that with your mindset is very important on any level, from low to medium. I mean, I've seen people on the community ask like, how do I move up? And
Right.
so it's definitely something that we need. I think a conversation needs to be had about it, because is there really anything there other than the very few things that we talked about, that one workout with the
Right.
butterfly on it. Did we talk about that workout?
No, not yet.
Oh, and then the
Now we
level
are.
up program. Well, we talked about the level up program.
Yeah.
Um, and then there's one workout in there that has a butterfly on it. Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's labeled a high intensity workout. It's called a monster. And under it, the title of it is medium to high. And so this is the only workout, even in the description, they explain this is going to take you from medium and get more complex and up to high. And it's a
Yeah.
great one. I see lots of people in the community suggest this when people ask, but it's the only labeled
And it's a
workout,
monster. Could
and
you
it's a
imagine
monster.
being like, "Oh, let me help you move up," and then it's labeled a monster?
Yeah.
I think that it's maybe wasn't the best choice in
Yeah.
wording,
I can
but I get it.
understand simply because you need the time to have
Yeah, the
to
length.
go to move up. It's
Yeah.
27 minutes. Um, but yeah, labeling it as a monster might turn some people
Yeah.
off for sure.
Do you think that there needs to be like a low plus, a medium plus, a high
And I
plus,
think
and
those,
then there should be a pros, and then there
yes.
should be a pros plus?
Well, all those workouts exist in the library. The
They
problem
do.
is you don't learn about them or notice them or know about them until you've been doing all these workouts in the library for
Right. 3
3 years.
years.
And how's that going to help you from the start? See what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. And then keeping up with it, if we
Mhm.
had the folders to be like, all right, here's the
Yes.
low plus, you actually have to do a workout, realize that it is an intensity plus, and
Yes.
then write it down or make a note of
Yes.
it somewhere. And that's a lot of work.
It is. And it's a lot of things to remember. But,
Yeah,
because we eat, breathe, and sleep supernatural, apparently.
we
Those
do.
are the things that stick out in our brain that we
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget about them. I
Well,
forget about a
yeah.
certain workout, but if I could keep them in a folder, I would remember better for sure. But I do think, especially now, like the new age choreography. And when I say new age, I say maybe the last 18 months of
Mhm.
choreography. There a lot of the lows, you can find a lot of lows that are like low pluses.
Yeah.
And it's because some of the choreography from the higher levels is starting to go down and trickle down into there. I did a low flow last week that went, and Sunday, we'll get to Sunday's quick hits that came out.
Mm-hmm.
They go from lane to lane, and I love this. So
Yeah.
you have a one-armed hit with a tail that moves you to the next lane. You
Mm-hmm.
never used to see things like that
No.
in a
Used to be
low.
very forward facing. You might would have used the three pivots in
Yes.
front of you, and
And to me, that's training for a
yeah.
medium because you're going to find those moves in a medium. And
Yeah.
then when you go to mediums, you should be finding some moves that you typically see in a high
Yeah.
in a medium, just dumbed down a little bit in the
Right,
sense
right.
to make it a little bit easier, but to get you used to doing those movements and for your
Mm-hmm.
body and your mind and eye coordination and all that stuff to start improving. And
Yeah.
it's the same way in highs to pros. We see some really high pluses, and those are usually our favorite workouts,
Exactly.
um, because they start getting a little bit more complex.
Yeah.
I always find it hilarious when I see people, they'll talk about their favorite workout. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that is a really great high. I love that. But in the next breath, they're like, I don't like pros only. And I'm like, well, let me break down all of the moves that you love in that one workout that
Mm-hmm.
came from a pros only,
That's right.
or you can find in a pros only. It's just faster or it's doubled up and more complex. But the
Yeah.
base of it is now in your favorite workout.
Yeah.
Um, Anyway, but I get it. It's not, pros only aren't for everyone. It's understandable. It's a small percentage of us who really crave pros only flows.
Yeah.
It's fair
Do you
enough.
think there's an advantage that we lived through the progression of choreography, Or do you think that it's an advantage for new people coming on that they just already have it and they didn't have to? Do you
I
see what I'm
don't
saying?
know. I was thinking about that the other day because I was thinking about how things are kind of like a step up now
Mhm.
in
Mhm.
comparison to 3 years ago.
They are.
A low, you pick out a low from the 2020 catalog and then do a low that came out last week
Mhm.
is way different. You can
It's so
clearly
different.
see, do this experiment.
Yeah.
Seriously, you guys
I think
listening.
everyone should. Yeah.
Yes, pick a low from 2020, pick a low that came out last week. Shoot, we will
Mhm.
pop 2 workouts here on the screen. If you're on YouTube watching us, if not, we'll put it in our Facebook community group. I'll give you 2 examples, 2 lows. And I want you to see how different the choreography
Mhm.
is from
Mhm.
then to now. And let's talk about it. You know, if you have been here in Supernatural for many years, do you think you had an advantage? Or do you think the people who are starting in the last 6 months have more of an advantage? Either way, we're all working out and loving
We
Supernatural.
are. We
And these are
are.
just the things that we overthink about when it comes, why we love Supernatural so much, why we made a
Yeah.
podcast about it. Because these are things that we're sitting there at 9 o'clock at night texting each other
Yeah. Yeah.
about, you know?
It's so true. Oh, constant supernatural. It's always
Yes,
in the back of our minds.
it is.
Now, this is a great segue into how, what you thought about the old pros only. But first, before we go there, I want to say I feel like the best way to move up
Hmm.
from an intensity is to do a quick hit. Now, I
Yeah.
don't know if that's why the quick hits are there, but for me, I think it's a great way if you want to move from a low to a medium, do a medium quick hit. And it's
Yeah.
only 2 songs.
Yeah.
You can get out if you feel overwhelmed. I think you should stick with it. But and you only have to commit to 2 songs and just
But would
try it
you
out.
suggest an older quick hit or would you suggest a newer quick hit?
No. A new quick hit, of course. A
Same,
new
same,
one.
same, 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 for sure.
So this morning, you got into some pros onlys this morning, or
I
one,
I
or
did.
many.
I'm starting researching for a future episode
It's
about
really
pros only.
exciting when Marla researches pros. So you may not want to
Yes.
talk about this though.
I don't want to talk about it too much,
Right.
but there will be a future episode dedicated to pros only choreography. And then from
Nice.
there, we'll segue into the next,
Well,
which is above.
briefly, what
Yes.
did you think about? I mean, were you like,
So I did
oh,
the very
excited
first,
or
well, I was excited because it was the very first pros only. Leanne was the coach. It was gone from the library for a little while. I'm not
it
sure why, but
was?
they put it
Yeah.
back in.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it in my bookmarks for a long time. And
Mm-hmm.
I went in the headset and typed in pros only because we can't easily find all the pros only from the companion app like I wanted to do while I was drinking my coffee.
That's
So I got
right.
in the headset and I typed in pros only and pulled up all the pros only workouts besides Metallica because that's not pros only is not in the description in the
Yeah.
title. So, the search engine's not going to find that. Anyway, and I
I
scrolled
do
all
want
the
to
way back.
say, everyone get a little mental image of Marla with her coffee and her headset, having a
Yes.
morning on her phone, her headset, her coffee. This is what we have to do. Fix
Yes.
the app. No, I'm just all right.
Well, that was me. I was like, "Oh man, now I'm ready to work out, but I got to spend 5 minutes researching this and then in the headset when I could have had it queued up in my bookmarks and ready for me to go." And I was standing
Yeah,
there cold. I was cold, okay?
exactly.
And I had my hoodie on and my sweatpants. And then after the third song, I had no hoodie on. I had no sweatpants on. Okay.
That's how it goes. Sorry.
Back to the pros only that I did. I was excited because it was the first one. And
Yeah.
and this is something super interesting and some history for you guys. Leanne says this was filmed during COVID. So she's not there. She's not on the platform.
She's
She's
not
just
there.
talking to you. She's like, "Oh, we can't, where's the COVID times? Can't be here in person." But since this is a pros only, it's the first one. They have turned off their dynamic auto intensity. so that it stays at a true prose only. And some of you are like, huh? What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Dynamic. What are you talking about? Auto intensity. Well, it used to be a feature, an old school feature within Supernatural, where the better you did, the faster the targets would come.
Mm-hmm.
The worse you did, they would slow down a bit. So it was kind of tailored to you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which
There weren't going to be intensity levels, I guess. It
no,
was just going to be
exactly.
your workout wherever
Right.
you were.
Which I will be honest that I believe some of that is still there in
Me
the
too.
workouts.
Because we've
They say it
tested
is
it.
not, but it
Because that's what
is.
we do. We
Yes, we
test it.
test. We test all the things. Um, so anyway, I found that very interesting. And some
Mm-hmm.
of you will probably find that interesting. Like, what? I didn't know about this. And you can search in the community group about audio intensity. You can read about it. You should do that if it's something you're interested in. So Leanne explains that that won't be in this workout. It is going to stay prose only. Nothing will adapt. Nothing will change. So I was pumped. I was like, oh, this is going to come at me right out the gate. I'm ready for this. And I was a little bored.
Yeah.
It was like
Hmm.
high. It was
Yeah.
a high.
Yep.
Um,
But then, back then, because remember, I
yes.
was there when it came out
Mm-hmm.
for the first time, scared out of my mind to click start. And I don't remember all this auto intensity talk. Like then, I know about it
Mm-hmm.
now, but I was kind of like, I don't remember her saying that. So I'm going to have to go back and do it
Yeah.
too. But it was hard. I
Yeah.
mean, first prose only. It was a completely different thing in my mind then
Yeah.
than now. Like
Right.
you want me to go do the first prose only? Okay, let's go. It's a high. But now
So
then it didn't feel that way.
it would be interesting to suggest if you are nervous about moving to prose only, to go do the very first prose only first. Just like find the first prose only in the catalog. We'll put it up here on the screen. Coach Leanne did it. And then move on from to other pros because it's
Yeah.
definitely not it doesn't have nearly the complexity. I did
No.
miss a couple of targets though. I will tell you because they have you turning quickly and the targets are like legit right there in front of you. And while yes, I'm used to that, I'm used to the setup when
Mm-hmm.
I'm turning. The target I'm currently hitting me is setting me up for the next target hit. That was not
Is back
this.
up in that one?
No, but I kept waiting. I was thinking, are they going to do the backup portals in this one? Because I could see them
Yes.
doing it. And at one point, I prepared for it and overspun, but then
Oh,
I had to go correct and go back because no, they did not. They did not. Backup is not in
yeah.
that.
Ooh,
So
back
you're
up
not
is
jumping two
something
lanes.
else.
You're just jumping one lane. But it was quick, and then there were targets right there. Um,
Wow.
yeah, it was interesting. I'm a little sore from it simply because it was a lot of old school up and down movements, just repetitive up, down, up, down, up, down. And that does get your shoulders after a while.
Yeah.
And, I did 10K yesterday. So I am a little sore anyway. Um, but it was interesting. It was interesting. And I can't wait to talk all about Prez on an episode here
Yeah.
soon because a lot has happened, a lot of evolution, and we can really get into some of the things that we're passionate about, you and I, when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to talking about choreography. Because I mean, I we could just take one song and break it down for like 30 minutes. We're
Or more.
insane.
Yeah. Listen, your homegirls love some pros only, okay?
Yes, we do love choreography.
We
We could
just,
do the
yeah,
same thing
choreography.
with the low quick hit that came out Sunday for St. Patrick's Day.
You're
Because
right.
I'm going to tell you that low quick hit, that first song and that low quick hit was fantastic.
It
Whoever
was.
mapped that first song, yes, that
It
is
was
what
great.
low. It was great. It was a low. It was engaging. It was
Yes.
fun. It had some like moving you from lane to lane, preparing
Mm-hmm.
you. It was great. Had great setup. I have no complaint about it. And I was like high fiving the mapper
Yeah.
while I was doing that song because I was like,
They
"Oh,
should have
this is
switched the songs.
yeah, this was an incredible, incredible the first song really, really did it for me in the low. So we could probably discuss lows. There have been a lot of lows that have come out. We like all intensities, but yes, our true passion is high flow and high pros only.
Yeah.
Now, pros only boxing, that's a conversation for another day. That's a whole other episode, I think.
Don't open the
The
can.
box.
Just leave the lid on the boxing pros.
Well, leave the
Just
lid
leave
on
the
the
lid on.
boxing. We don't really discuss
Well,
boxing
on the
that often.
boxing. We'll have I think that we will do a boxing episode
Yeah.
eventually. I just have to
Yeah.
talk you into it. I like boxing a little more than you.
You love boxing. I love boxing, but I don't do it as often as I once did. I
Marla will
prefer
be
flow.
sitting with her popcorn, just going, during
Right?
the boxing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Now I have opinions about it for sure.
Well,
And
yeah.
I do keep up with it. I mean, I do at least 2 boxing a week. Unless I'm going
Yeah.
for a ton of points, and then I just don't box at all. Because I mean, you just
You
don't
need
get the
more
points
points
for it.
in boxing. That is
Yeah.
very true. If you're going for points on your
Yeah.
leaderboard, not just for your leaderboard, but for a personal points goal, you don't do boxing because it
Mm-mm.
just does not give you the points.
It doesn't. You don't get the points
But
from that at all.
yeah, we went down a little rabbit hole.
Those are my favorite though, because they're
Yeah.
genuinely what we're interested in talking about.
They are.
So,
And then they know we're not scripted because y'all, we ain't
no,
scripted here.
we are not scripted at
We
all.
just talk about whatever comes up.
Yes.
So
We
are we
sometimes
moving
have a
on?
little outline of things we want to discuss,
Yeah.
but we don't always stick with it. Like now, I have no idea. I think we have an outline over here, but I'm like, I don't know what we want to move
We
to.
got to talk about yesterday's quick hits. I mean, no.
Sundays,
because this
Yes.
is not Monday.
It is not. Sunday's quick hits
Sunday's
were
quick
so
hits.
fun. So
All
fun.
of them.
Yes,
I
all
went
3.
back and did the boxing yesterday.
Did you?
Because I like to alternate flow and boxing, and
Mhm.
I was going for points, but I'm like, I've got to take a break and do boxing. And it was a quick hit. It was just a 2-song, very fun. It
Yeah.
makes me jump.
You were jumping.
What is wrong with me?
You
with
jumped
Irish
through
music?
all 3
All
of them.
3.
You were jumping through the low, the boxing, and the high. You were like insane.
So
You
when I
love
clean the
Irish.
house now, I'm
Yeah.
going to have to turn on Irish music.
I think so.
Last year, I really found out because on St. Patrick's Day last year, we did all the St. Patrick's Day workouts, all of them that we had. And now we get to add these 3 to our list.
Yes.
We didn't do that this year, but I really realized that I liked the Irish music.
Yeah.
It has such a good beat and it's joyful. And so I kind of was I didn't take over the party, but y'all heard me like laughing, just saying, "Oh yeah, this is so fun. I'm jumping." Like I was
You
like
had a great
very
time.
vocal. I had
You
a
were?
great time. I don't know if y'all were having the time that I was.
No,
but,
I think you were a step above us.
I was gone, y'all.
You were having so much fun though.
I had a blast. It was a great party. And so the low flow, we talked about it. It was great. The first song I would say was our favorite out of that one.
For sure.
And the second song came and all of us kind of got a little bit more quiet. And then we were like, I mean, this one's good, but the first song's where it was at. Yeah. So then we got into the boxing and it had knee strikes. And from what I remember, they were both great. I do think that we did comment on a move where we were doing a knee strike and it was kind of making us do a step forward. Like it didn't bother me though, because I was jumping. So.
You were jumping. We were not jumping and hopping. It was a strange setup for us to get the knee back down and punch out. It was just not enough time for me personally.
Yeah. It like made you lunge. Even with my jumping though, it still made me lunge forward.
Which
kind of a weird
could hurt your back if you are not paying attention and staying in good boxing form, or just watching your back, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you don't want to be pushing forward.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like a jolt. We should have been hopping.
Yeah, y'all should have been. I still went forward though, even in my hopping. So the hopping didn't even help. But I mean, somebody said it and I'm like, oh yeah, this is making me, it made you take an extra step forward.
It did.
So but
Mhm.
still fun. Both songs were great.
Yes.
Happy,
I would
joyful.
totally do them again.
Yeah. Like I said, I did them yesterday. I had a great time.
But
But
that high
the high
though, it was bad. What are you talking about?
it was so bad. I don't even want to ever do that ever again. I hope that they just take the high flow out of the library. I mean, who wants
Listen,
green beer anyway?
we
No, I don't
should
drink. So.
have recorded Julia playing that high flow for the first time
Very first
because
time. Oh, I
I
wish
think
I
it
had
would have
that.
sold anyone who has never been in Supernatural before. They would have wanted to buy a headset. They would have wanted to subscribe to Supernatural just to play this workout by hearing Julia. Just her reaction and how excited she was. And she's like, you guys, I'm doing the jig.
I'm
It
like, I
was
can't
great.
believe this. How are they making us do
It
this?
really
It was
was fun.
just
It was a good time.
so my joy of this newfound love for Irish music plus they were making us do the river dance. Like I'm
Well,
gonna go put in my application with the river dance people. I really think I could do it, which I
Julia's
do have
moving her
a
family to Ireland. She's going to be an Irish dancer who's going to be like, well, now I need leg lifts and knee strikes and targets to make me look like her river dancer.
yes. So you really do have to jump to
Yeah.
do these river dance moves properly. And my body just automatically did it anyway.
Yeah.
And I was dumbfounded that it was making me move this way. And
Yeah.
my favorite thing is when the choreographer just puts in there what I need to do so I don't even have to think about it. And this is how this was for me. Um I want to do this workout all day, every
Are
day,
we going
but
to end up
it
doing this
hurt.
workout today?
I think so. When we get out, we got to
Oh,
do
your
some pros,
ankles.
but I think it feels good today. But then I'll
Okay.
probably ruin it right back. I'll wear my brace.
Do
Okay.
you think you could do that workout without doing your jumps?
No, but and let me tell you why. I recorded it my
Yeah.
second time around. I really think my first time around was where it was at, like you said, though, because it just. And I was wheezing.
You
Okay, I don't
were.
have asthma. I was wheezing by
You
the
were.
end and I couldn't even do all the moves. So it would have been a good representation of me getting totally worn out because I had
Yeah.
no idea what was coming for me. But I was totally wheezing by the end and I couldn't even do all the jumps and triangles. And for about the last 15 seconds, I was done. Like I could have laid on the floor after the workout was over.
Well, I knew I took when you said that because you did say, you told us in the party you were like, I'm gonna need to lay on the floor. So I waited to queue up the next workout because I knew you. I mean, you were so out of. You were out. You were. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa,
I could barely speak and I
she
was
is into this
truly
workout.
wheezing.
I'm
Yeah, it
shocked
was.
you did not demand we go right back into it.
I wanted to, but I was like,
Like,
they're gonna think I'm crazy. Like I would have
no,
done that over and over again.
I do
Oh, I
not think
went
you're
when the
crazy.
party was over. I went right back
I
in,
know
and you
you
looked.
did.
You were like,
I
she's in
did
there
look
doing it.
because you didn't come in the chat and say anything. And I was like, oh, and I look in my Oculus thing to see if she's still online. And she is.
Yeah,
And I knew instantly she's in there doing that quick hit and she's recording it. I know her. I knew
I
it.
probably have 50. I should count them. Who knows how many side by sides I have in the community? I have a lot.
Yeah.
I have never danced, even in the Cupid Shuffle. I have never danced out of the frame.
Yeah. You
I
did.
jigged straight up out
You
of the
jigged.
frame. I river
You're like
danced
over here.
straight out of the
Yeah.
frame of this. It was just, I was everywhere, front, and it was making me go front and back.
Yeah.
And I was not doing fast feet in the
No.
triangles. I was doing some type of, I don't even know what I was
To
doing.
see you go front and back on that axis, because that's not something you typically do.
No, not at all.
Always makes me excited to see, okay, a workout got her to do this.
Yeah.
Well, now I want to do the workout, you know?
Side to side was hard for me. So I got
Mhm.
the side by to side down. Like y'all, when I started, I just stood there. I didn't even pick up my feet. So I've come a long way. But
Well,
I
there's a
was
lot
side to
going on in
side,
a
front to
workout.
back. Yeah, training.
Yeah.
You have to train. I talk with my hands, y'all. So if you're on YouTube, I'm
Same.
sorry. I can't help it. But man, and when I get excited in this workout, y'all, it was
I really wish I would have recorded you
mm.
because, man, it was
Like if I
great.
had just at least recorded my gameplay and the turn the mic on,
Mhm.
the audio of that,
Yeah,
It
we'd
was
be
just,
sticking in clips here
I
left and
swear.
right because it was really it was good. I'm telling you, people would go out today and buy a
Yeah.
Quest, buy an Oculus, whatever they call them nowadays, buy
Yeah.
a headset, buy the box,
Yeah.
and get Supernatural and play this workout. If they heard, they don't even need to see you do it. They just
Like,
needed
who
to
cares
hear
how much
your
the thing
reaction.
cost? I want one now.
Yes, yes, 100%. I mean, you were that excited about it. It
It
was good.
was it was so good.
And
And I
what's
think what excited me most is it made me move that way.
yeah,
It just automatically made my body do the river dance. Like I was in complete shock because I
yeah.
kept saying, "I'm doing this. I'm doing it." It was crazy.
I just realized I just had a light bulb moment.
Oh,
Do you remember when we were talking about knee strikes and in that solstice workout, we were like, our favorite
mm-hmm.
thing was you went from a knee strike to a leg
To the
lift, a
leg
knee
lift.
strike to a leg lift, and we loved it so much. That whole thing is
It
filled
was a
with
knee
that.
strike to a
Why
leg
am I
lift.
just, I'm having a blog
I
moment.
actually had already connected that and then I forgot it. When I recorded it, I think it was when I was watching it back.
Yeah,
One
and
of
you
the
realized.
I've watched it a lot because, like I said, I hurt my ankle jumping, and I didn't hurt my ankle, but
Yeah, they're
my ankle
sore.
was sore, and so instead of going in to do the workout, I did watch my side by side like 100 times. Okay, I will admit it. I'm sorry.
Julia's obsessed with this new
I'm obsessed.
leprechaun workout. That's what I'm calling it, the leprechaun workout.
Leprechaun workout. It was good. It was really good.
Yeah,
Look, we
it
said
really was.
this was going to be shorter, and we're sitting here at like 58 minutes.
Oh gosh, yes. Y'all, we want to get in the headset. I want to get in the headset. I need to edit this and get it updated, uploaded and all the things and
We can't
yes,
stop, Marla. This
we
is
can't.
when I don't think they believe us. When we could sit here all day long on
Yeah.
this computer with these headphones and
Yes.
microphones and talk all day about this stuff.
Yeah.
All day
We
long.
didn't even touch on the March Madness bracket and what
Oh no.
workouts were
We don't
eliminated
have
last
time.
round. We don't have
I
to.
mean,
Sorry
okay,
guys.
listen,
That's
our
quick
turtle's
hit.
out, our what is it?
The
The
turtle
Madhouse
workout's
Monster's
out.
out. What's out?
The
Oh,
Metallica Pros Only is
yeah,
gone. Those are the
gone.
only two that are super important in my mind.
That's
I
very
can't
true.
believe those are gone.
Yeah, my
Oh,
fuego's
yeah,
gone.
yeah.
So it's sad. All it
Hmm.
is sad. We'll update them next week. It's
The
fine.
most important thing y'all should know is Return to the Madhouse made it another round. So we're still
If you're
here.
playing, go do it. Okay,
Please, yes.
needs to win.
It's up against a boxing workout, which is such a weird pair up, but the boxing is much shorter and not as hard. So I
Very
foresee
true.
people wanting to do the easy thing, do the hard thing. Do the
Yeah,
hard thing because you can.
yeah,
That's
that's
my
very true.
motivational quote for the day.
I like it. So that leads us to our weekly workout suggestion. If you're a Beat Saber fan, this one's going to be so exciting to you.
Yeah.
Absolicious Crab and Go. Crab Rave is the first song. I'm
Yes.
not going to say a lot about it, but I will say it works your abs. And that's why I love it. Because you know I love a high boxing that works your abs.
Yes, you
Those are
do.
my favorite.
It's
I have
like
a
your
whole
favorite thing in
list.
the world.
My favorite thing. Word.
Word. Word to your mom. Sorry.
So go do it. It's okay. We can say all of our cool 90s sayings because we're cool, Marla. We're cool. So go do the crab rave and all the, I mean, spaceship, butterflies, momentum, all of
Do you
them are
remember the
great.
day that this workout came out and I was
I
like,
do.
spaceship? They
Yeah.
finally put spaceship in a workout. And you guys were all like, what? Why? And I was like, go listen to it. Here's the link on Spotify. They put spaceship. I love that song, y'all.
It's good. And then
I love this workout.
complexity is
Yeah,
in this workout. And it's hard to get complexity in boxing. Like choreography in boxing is a hard thing
it
for us to
is
talk about. But
for
this
sure.
one, complexity's there. We
Yeah, it
like it.
is.
Go do it. And what do they need to do? Go in the community and talk
Then
about
rate
it.
it. And well,
Yeah.
talk
And
about it.
then
Yeah, talk about it when we post it because we always make
mm-hmm.
our post. Tell us what
Mm-hmm.
you think about it, but don't forget to rate it. Rate your workouts, all of them. Look to the left.
The workouts. My phone's just going to have to be in the
workouts.
shot. I don't know.
Look to the left. It will be right there. Hit the needful, whatever applies for you. Do that to old workouts. Do that to new workouts. Workouts of the day. All the workouts. Rate them, please.
Rate them. And guys, we really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to hang out with us.
We talk so long, it is like days they're listening to us.
Days and days. But we do appreciate you guys.
We do. And don't forget, the real joy and love of Supernatural is found in the journey you go on. Bye. Thanks for joining us on today's episode of For the Love of the Map. As always, you can join the discussion on our Facebook and Instagram profiles. The links can be found in the description box below. If you find value in our content, we'd appreciate if you'd share this show with your friends. See you guys next week.